Good morning, and how are we all today? Not morning where you are? It's okay. It's morning somewhere. So I'm here with my young son Dalton, and we're doing a supplementary video on the JBHolsterMods. I've been field testing a prototype belt clip for dress belts. So a 1.25 belt. That they sent me last week. And let me tell you, I am not AK Jesus. This is not Grand Thumb. Neither of us even know anybody at Classic Firearms. So we are literally nobody in the firearms community. I speak out for the Second Amendment. I speak out for our constitutional rights, all of them, because I don't expect to lose any of them. And, teaching my son to do the same and to stand up for himself and for the community through, speech, through friends, through the internet, through whatever means necessary, including whatever worthless politician out there really needs us to just kind of thump on their head a little bit. Not a threat. But so when somebody like us gets the attention of a manufacturer, that's really exciting. Yeah. That's really something right there. Joe Nobody, your next door neighbor, the really cool guy at work, or not, you, the average person, average American, actually gets through to a manufacturer and gets them to bring out something brand new. Something that doesn't exist anywhere on the market because you made the request. That is pretty cool. So as you can see, once again, I'm in a suit. Like I said, this is how I dress 5 days a week. I carry concealed those 5 days a week. And the biggest issue with it is that concealed carry holsters are just not made for this attire. And I've heard everything from, well, just wear a shoulder holster. Well, that's great, but I walk a sales floor 10 hours a day. I average 8 miles a day, and pretty sure a shoulder holster is going to get seen by a customer who is not going to understand that I'm carrying that firearm to protect them. And I can't have my bosses losing business because of a misunderstanding like that. Plus, liberals shop there too. Gun stealers. But because suits and dress slacks and things like that have much smaller belts, and the standard concealed carry clip is a 1.5, okay, it's designed for a belt that's 1.5 inches wide. What happens is, and we're going to be using 2 guns today. I'm going to go ahead and strip this. We're going to be using 2 guns today to demonstrate. We're going to be using, first of all, the Smith & Wesson Shield EZ. As you can see, we are clear. There's nothing in the magazine well. We're completely empty, completely clear. Nothing. This is the one I've kind of had to carry all week while I carried my EDC in my lunchbox. Because 8 rounds. We're also going to be using my EDC, which, as we can see, is clear. Magazine well is empty. We're good. This is the Shadow Systems MR920L, so the long slide version of the Shadow Systems MR920. So, as you can see here, we'll show you on Dalton. So, we'll have to back up a little bit, Dalton. So, now, can you move that holster around?
Yeah.
All right. So, because of that, it just moves, and I spend the entire day fixing and pulling and correcting the travel that the holster's doing across my back as I'm putting in work on the sales floor. or as I'm walking anywhere, getting in and out of my truck in the morning and in the evening. It's just all over the place. It's uncomfortable, and if I need it, that gun is not going to be where I need it to be to get a proper draw, get on target, be able to defend myself, my customers, my young son, whoever happens to be near me. Now, JBHolsterMods sent me this great little belt clip, and look at this thing. This guy, it's just very small, very unintrusive. I want you to watch this. Now, I am trying. Dude, that sucker is going nowhere. It hasn't moved a single minute bit in the days that I've been carrying this thing. I mean, dude, it's just not going anywhere, period. It's stuck. Now, there is, and for the way that I carry, of course, the guys that carry appendix, they're going to have a very different cant to their holsters, and we'll demonstrate that here shortly. Because of the difference in the draw. They don't want to have it tilted off to one side because then you have to draw and then come forward onto your target. When you're carrying behind, because again, you've got a jacket on, you're trying to keep it concealed. I can't exactly appendix carry because, well, you're going to see it, and that defeats the purpose of a concealed carry. So the cant is very important. Now, this holster with this clip, if I cant it, and their holsters are designed so that you can adjust the cant, but if I cant it to the angle that I need it to be, the clip is now too small to go over the belt. So hesitantly, I say it needs to be just a little bit longer to be able to get that proper cant. So that, if you'll notice, as I try and draw, I actually have to come up really high and really hurts my damn shoulder before I can draw and get on target. So you'll see that's a lot of movement and in really the wrong direction. So whereas when Dalton here draws with the holster set to the cant that I carry at every day, he can draw just fine. He doesn't have to really raise up. And of course he's not used to holstering this one, so because he doesn't carry every day, so he's allowed to get a little help. Okay, so I want you to draw it again. So you see how his shoulder doesn't have to come all the way up because the cant that he has, it's more of it's an angled draw, but it's a lot straighter out, a lot more out than up. So it would really be, I'm going to call the clip an A right now. I really am, because it is a really great holster clip. I was a little concerned at first, and I would like to know if we can see this one again. Most concealed carry holsters have this little tab here that you can grab hold of to kind of pull it off your belt. I would suggest one of those because you saw how tight that thing is. It is a bitch to get off the belt. But go ahead and pull the holster off. So you can see here the difference in the cant of those two. And this is about as far as what I can take that and still be able to actually fit it onto my belt. But now for those who appendix carry, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen these screws up a little bit so that I can adjust and straighten it out. Okay, so we'll torque that puppy back down. Nice. We'll torque that puppy back down. Nice. So now we've got a more straight up and down angle. So for those who do appendix carry, and again, this pup is tight, boy. I'm telling you. Get that thing on that belt.
Definitely ain't gonna go anywhere.
So for those who appendix carry, okay, it is more of a straight up motion as opposed to having to pull at an angle, because again, you'd have to pull an angle and then come back up. Whereas, and you're right there on target, ready to go. Again, when I carry concealed, I don't appendix carry. I kidney carry when I'm not at work. Tennessee does allow for open carry, so I do open carry. I know a lot of 2A people are not for that. Me personally, I'm not worried about the bad guys having time to figure out how are they going to take me down, how are they going to target me. That's fine. I'd rather you target me than target him. And if you're worried about me, you ain't worried about him, and he can get to where he needs to be a safe distance from what's going on. Whereas if I got to struggle to keep my gun, that's fine. I'll go hands-on with you, no problem. But it's also very much a deterrent. You see there are guns in the crowd besides the one that you plan on doing evil with. You might want to think about taking that shit someplace else. So again, I'm definitely John Brulette, JBHolsterMods. You guys are great. I cannot thank you enough for sending this guy out and allowing me, a nobody, to field test this prototype. I'm going to give it an A. I really want to give it an A+. Just a tad longer so I can change the cant a little bit. It really does need to be just a tad longer. And then again have a lip for the fingers to be able to grab and pull it off of the belt. Because like I said, this puppy is tight. And you can see there are actually two sets of holes. There's another set down there. I've actually got it set down at the bottom ones. So, John, thank you very much. I am going to be bringing another video on Tuesday. I can almost promise it will not be holster related. In fact, I'm planning on talking about some optics, different both pistol and rifle optics, and demonstrating a few different ones that I've personally used and do have experience with. Some of the pros and cons of different ones, as well as some of the pitfalls to watch out for as a user. As always, train. If you think you've trained enough, you haven't. If you think you haven't trained enough, you definitely haven't. Get to a class. Go on YouTube. Go to the range. If you got a big enough field outside to shoot in, God, I wish we did.
Oh, yeah.
By all means, go out there, get some training in, carry your firearm, protect yourself, protect your community and your family. Stay on your local government. Make sure that they're doing right by the people and doing right by our Constitution and by this great nation that many of us stood, fought, and bled for. I'm going to put links down in the video description for JBHolsterMods. And guys, I will talk to y'all later. Bye now.